Hello everyone. Today we're doing something super epic, and it's one of the most important parts of knife making, and if you do this wrong, there's almost no reason to even make knives in the first place. We're gonna package 2 of my knives and get them completely ready to go and ready for shipping. Let's get into it. Packing up this dagger very carefully because it's got a very long way to go. Rubbing down some mineral oil right now on the ivory, mammoth ivory, and that should help protect the ivory and moisturize it and stuff while it's in transit. Also kind of cleaning up the ivory while I'm here, making sure it all looks good and ready to go up to my standards. Worried about it getting to its destination, so it'll be nice to have that out of the way. Start wrapping it up, just making sure the fittings are coated down with a good amount of oil. I don't really want to get it on the handle because this Remington oil can kind of discolor mammoth ivory if you get a whole bunch on it. You can discolor the light colored stuff anyway, just a little bit. By discolor, it just makes it a little darker, which can actually look nice, but just making sure the fittings have lots of oil. This is the mineral oil I was using. Choke it down good. It's probably the handle's gonna be real gooey when the customer gets it, but if it makes it there without shrinking and doing weird stuff in the airplane, because the airplane will be exposed to freezing temperatures and high altitudes and stuff. So I'm okay with the handle being gooey when the customer gets it, as long as it's in good condition, because the handle can be cleaned up, but if something weird happens because I didn't put oil on it, that can't be fixed. I recommend putting like even a heavier coat of oil than what I'm doing on your mammoth ivory every 4 to 6 months and letting it soak like at least overnight. But I'd like drench it on. You could even soak the whole handle in a container of mineral oil. That's probably one of the best things to do for it, but it can make a mess to clean up, so just putting gobs of it on can be okay too. It really makes a difference though, guys. You've gotta take good care of this stuff. If you take good care of it, shouldn't have any issues with it, but if you don't, then it can dry out and shrink, and that can cause it to crack because there's a tang and stuff inside of there. If this kind of handle shrinks, the wires could become loose a little bit, because part of what holds them tight in there is the spirals. So if it shrinks a little bit, it can become a little loose. If it does shrink a little bit, you can do the oil, soak it in the oil or put a lot on it and let it soak, and that might even bring it back to the proper size within a day or two. It's easier to avoid the problem than it is to fix it after it's happened. I think I want to lightly put some mineral oil on a paper towel, and I'll put that paper towel directly on the handle, and then we'll wrap up this handle, the rest of the handle, in a whole bunch of paper towel. A fish tank heater, and I have a little bubbler in there too if you want to soak something in there in warm mineral oil. Wrap another paper towel around there when it's not soaked in. Still have to clean the blade up a little bit before I wrap it completely up. I haven't oiled the blade down or done my final inspection on that yet. Well, I have inspected it, but I haven't wiped it down. Made a lot of layers to unwrap this thing. So I always like to make sure I clean the area where the guard and blade fit up really well, because a lot of times if the knife's been sitting around waiting to be shipped out, there'll be some dust or lint or something in there. Just want to clean it out really well with a little Q-tip and make sure it looks really good when the customer gets it. Pardon my extra deep voice today. Kind of have a sore throat. I probably sound a little bit different. I gotta decide if I want to ship it in the sheath or not. I don't recommend storing knives in their sheaths because that can sometimes cause the blade to rust. The oil can react with the leather and whatever inside of there. So, sheaths are just mostly for carrying your knife. But I don't know how long it'll be in transit. I'm not sure if I want to put it in the sheath or not. The overall knife will definitely be safer in the sheath for shipping, but I don't want anything to happen with the blade at all because of weird subcritical temperatures or sub-freezing temperatures. Not subcritical. Not heat treating it. Again, it's already heat treated. I think I will ship it in the sheath. So I'm gonna use a generous amount of Remington oil. Pretty much the last chance to inspect whatever bits left sticking out here. That's a little bit scary. wiping the blade with your thumb that is numb. Make sure we got a good coverage. Wipe it down because I don't want it dripping. Just want it really good coverage. Into the sheath she goes, with a mighty triumph over foes. Oh, nice fit. Take it out and look at it. Looks good. Incessively wipe it down one more time. I mean, technically I don't even have to oil the fittings because they're gun blued. So as long as there's no moisture on there, that gun bluing will technically protect them, but I just want to make absolutely certain that I'm not leaving anything to chance, so I'm going to go ahead and oil them down. Gun blued fittings are actually pretty resistant to a lot of the elements, including water mostly. I'm gonna wrap this whole section now with more paper towel. After the paper towel, we're gonna go into bubble wrap, and I don't want any bubble wrap touching the metal because the plastic and oil could react and do something. I've seen guys have their knives wrapped in plastic wrap that you would put over food bowls and stuff. And sometimes if the right plastic wrap comes in contact with a certain kind of oil, it can like actually leave like this etched residue pattern or something in your blade, which is no good. This isn't gonna be that pretty, but it'll be pretty once it's all opened up, and that's what I'm mostly concerned about. Actually, that's what I'm primarily, exclusively concerned about. Alfalfa hair thing going on. I'll wrap the sheath in paper towel too, just because I don't want it touching bubble wrap. Put a few more rubber bands on. Rubber band applied there. Looks like a kind of Halloween ghost knife is in here. Ooh. All right, bubble wrap. I'm gonna pack it in the case using a zipper case here. I'm gonna pack it in there so nice and tight that it can't slide around and move at all. I want it to be nice and secure, just in case this box gets like chucked across the floor. The knife would be okay, theoretically. Start using some tape at this point. Well, maybe not quite yet. Maybe I'll do one more layer of rubber bands, and then on the next layer, start doing tape. I don't want to get any tape too close to the knife because somebody could cut the tape with a knife and cut into the knife. So I just want to make sure that tape's a little bit further away, one layer further. Start putting the rubber bands a little tighter though. This will act as insulation too when it's being shipped. This will probably be shipped FedEx, and those jets are flying like, I don't know, 40, 50,000 feet, and temperatures up that high can reach down around like at least around -40 or so, maybe higher or lower. And the cargo area isn't heated on the jets, at least as far as I'm aware. So the knife could actually be exposed for multiple hours to some really cold temperatures. And this just helps insulate it a little bit too, having lots of layers of bubble wrap and everything. Whoever unpackages this thing first, it might take them a little while to get down to the core. But that's good, because the anticipation will build as they get closer and closer to finding the knife in there. Dagger. It's not that pretty, but it's also kind of dish-shaped a little bit. Oh yeah, perfect fit. We got like 2 inches of room, 1.5 inches. Couldn't really find a pouch big enough for this knife because it's like 22 inches overall. And with the added packing and stuff, I needed a good 24, 26 inch pouch. So I think I got this online as some kind of like golfing pouch of some sort. Not full size, but like short one. I didn't have time. I might have had time, I probably should have done that, but I At the time, I didn't think I had time to order a custom pouch, like one of these normal zipper pouches in a longer length. But you can also do that because there's a few different people that offer that. So I think we'll put more layers of bubble wrap in there until it fills this pouch up really nice. Should be using some colored tape or something maybe, because you can't see where the tape is. It's all just clear. Oops. We still have a lot of extra room in there. Well, I wonder. And then stick this in here too. How about that? That's probably gonna be the key right there. There we go. Yeah, that actually looks really nice. Now, the box. I think we'll go ahead and assemble the bottom of it and see what it looks like. This may not really seem like knife making, but this is actually a very, very important part of it. Because you can make the fanciest knife in the world, but if you ship it or pack it poorly and it gets damaged, then you might as well, I mean, it's just one aspect of knife making that you gotta pay attention to. A little less glamorous than a lot of the other things you do on a knife, but actually one of the most important. Put a sheet of OSB in the bottom, put some little frame pieces in the corner, and then a piece on top, and like have a little frame in there, framework. Pretty good idea. How heavy would that be? Actually a really good idea. I normally wouldn't worry about that, but this knife is really big and it's going really far. We could. We just need some little, what would be good corner struts. Let's see what we got going on. Made a frame, glued and trimmed, well, not trim nail, but stapled together. Suppose I didn't have to make it fit that close. That is a nice tight fit though. Basically now the box has just become wrapping, like wrapping paper. I'm liking this, boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like. Definitely be able to sleep better at night knowing that's in there. Moderately heavy. All right, so that's as much as I'm gonna package this up for now. I've got to do some more paperwork and everything and get that in here with it. And besides that though, all I've got to do is tape the lid shut and stick that paperwork in there. So this is, I'm gonna call pretty much officially done. Thanks so much for following along and watching this very important but pretty monotonous step of knife making. The only way you can get around this is if you're like selling all your knives at a show or something where you can just bring them there and then people take them home with them so you don't have to ship them. But shipping is really important. If you do it wrong, then your knives could get damaged, could even hurt a mailman or something. I saw a knife shipped one time that had a blade sticking out of the box 4 inches. It was crazy. Like if somebody would have grabbed that wrong, it could stab right through their hand or something. Don't forget to subscribe to see more of how we do things around here. Leave a like if you like the video, and I will see all you guys in the next video. Bye bye.